In May 1967, three young boys from Hannibal, Missouri, Billy Hogue, aged 10, Joey Hogue, aged 13, and Craig Dowell, aged 14, disappeared while exploring caves near the Mississippi River. At the time, construction crews were blasting limestone in Murphy's Cave, part of a large network of caves beneath Hannibal. The boys had told family members that they were going to explore the caves that afternoon, something they often did since Hannibal is famous for its cave systems. They left home around 4 p.m. on May 10, 1967, and they never returned. A massive search operation began immediately. Hundreds of rescuers, police, volunteers, combined with miles of cave tunnels using ropes, oxygen and maps. Mark Twain Cave, Murphy's Cave, and several connecting tunnels were searched repeatedly. Ground-penetrating radar, dogs, and later the FBI were involved. Despite one of the most extensive searches in US history, no trace of the boys was ever found. Your granddad told you about this story, right?
Yeah. He worked down by the river then. Said the whole town changed after that week.
So did he go into much detail about what happened?
Not much, but when he did, his voice would drop real low. Said he saw the searchlights stretching across the hills, men going in and out of the caves all night, pumping out water, crawling through mud, and not a single trace of those kids. Not a footprint, not even a flashlight.
Do you think right from the get-go that they thought there was something sinister about the whole thing?
At first, yeah. But later, he told my dad there were sounds. Said if you stood by the bluffs after dark, you could hear voices, like kids calling for help, faint from somewhere deep underground.
Was there any reports of strange noises coming from within the cave systems?
He said there were things in those caves, old things. Tunnels that predate the town, carved before anyone remembers. He heard talk that night, the search crews, the engineers, about chambers that weren't on any map, places that didn't make sense, like they went down farther than they should.
I heard stories that the rescuers heard sounds from deep within the caves.
Yeah, they thought it was water at first. But he swore it wasn't, said it was moving against the rock too slow, too heavy. And when it echoed back, it didn't sound human. Grandpa said the air changed down there, like something was breathing. And when the pumps stopped, the noise kept going. But my grandfather, he spent his life near those hills. He knew the caves better than anyone. He said what happened that day wasn't natural. He told my dad, if it was an accident, we'd have found something. But we didn't. Nothing. Not a scrap.
That's what makes the story most sinister, is that there was no trace of the boys ever found. Even after they searched the caves and pumped water out, they didn't find a trace. It's like they were taken deep within the chambers of the caves. I've heard stories about a species of creatures, cannibalistic creatures that live in cave systems all throughout the US.
I've been near those caves my whole life, and I'll tell you this, never ever go in there. Some places in this world weren't meant to be found. And as for them boys, their spirit will never rest.
Thanks for sharing your story, it's very unsettling.
He said he never went back there again. Some holes in this town, they don't want to stay closed.